Hi friends, I'm Sierra and welcome to my YouTube channel. Woo! So I asked on my Instagram, which you can find by this little name right here. I asked on Instagram on my story what would people that follow me want to see a video about, and I got a pretty wide variety of answers. Veganism, what I do during the day, spiritual living, and spiritual living is the one that I kind of decided to go into a subsection of that. And what that section is that I'm going to be going into today is how I use spirituality and spiritual practices to help overcome, still dealing with it, but overcome for a majority my very bad anxiety that I had dealt with since a very young age. So first on this channel, I'm going to be talking about spirituality, opening your mind, yoga, meditation, all things kind of down that, veganism, things kind of down that path. So if any of those things interest you, or if any of those things interest you, or if any of those things are something that you've kind of been wanting to learn more about or get into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you have an idea of what you'd want to see a video on specifically, leave me a comment or head over to my Instagram and let me know that way. So before I start getting into this video, what I want to do really quick is I want to just take a couple deep breaths. One problem I have, and I guess this is technically an anxiety thing, is I talk very fast, like to the point where I forget to breathe, and then I have to take a second to catch my breath talking. I'm even doing it right now, and especially on video, that's kind of really not something I should do. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna take 3, 4, maybe 5 deep breaths, and hopefully that can, chill me out and I can talk a little slower. Okay. So, now that I'm a little more calmed down, I get really excited. I wanted to talk in this video today specifically about, how my spiritual practices have helped with my mental health. I have had really bad anxiety, actually borderline personality disorder as they call it medically. I've had that and been dealing with that. I knew from a very young age that something was kind of off with me. I would get way more upset than I think other people did that were around me at things that didn't seem to be as, things to really get that upset about. And I also constantly was just kind of in a state of just constant worrying. I didn't know the term anxiety until I was about 13, 14, and around that time is actually when it really started to manifest into a full-blown mental illness. I would have 4 or 5, maybe 6 panic attacks every day. I would have panic attacks before I'd go into the store. I'd have panic attacks all the time. I would have panic attacks over nothing. I would have panic attacks over the smallest things. For a few years, I, got put on medicine, and it didn't really work for me. It ended up making me feel really tired all the time. I would get a full night of sleep, 8 hours of sleep, and then I'd still take a 3-4 hour nap during the day. I was sleeping unhealthy amounts, to the points where it was ridiculous. When I was 17, I was hospitalized for about 2.5 weeks. I was going through a lot and I wanted to kill myself, so I went to the hospital. After I came out of there, I finished high school up, and then once I graduated is when I think I really started going full-blown into spirituality. I would kind of talk about it more than I would be about it. Through that is when I started to learn about, expanding your consciousness, the fact that, inherently we are not these bodies. We are, souls that are taking human form, and the fact that we even exist is something that is absolutely insane. I think a study came out where it said that there is a 1 in 400 billion% chance of being born a human. So that's absolutely crazy. Wow, hello, I'm here and I'm a human. How did I, luck out on that? And maybe I can, win the lottery too. The one thing I mainly wanted to talk about in this video is, deep breathing, because deep breathing has been something that has really helped me, especially on an anxiety front. So the thing about all of this is patterns. Your brain, it's called neuroplasticity. Your brain has the ability to recognize patterns and kind of restructure itself to continue the patterns that you imply. So if you do a lot of negative things all the time, you will just, keep having patterns of negative things. If you do positive things all the time, you will start having more positive patterns. And so once I kind of learned about this, I really tried to start incorporating positive things. 3 years ago, when I would be having my multiple panic attacks a day, the last thing on my mind when I was mid-panic attack was maybe you should stop and do some deep breathing. Maybe you should try to, do some stretching or something like that. I had no idea how people could even say that you can, make yourself feel better with stuff like that. I thought it was crazy, and I was like, how am I supposed to just, in the middle of a panic attack where I feel like I'm dying, remember, oh, maybe I should take some deep breaths. So what I kind of did to implement this good deep breathing habit is I would do it whenever I really thought about it. Wherever I was, as long as I wasn't, busy doing something at work, if I thought about deep breathing, I would sit down and I would take a few deep breaths. Through doing that, it started to become a pattern. It started to become something that I would do because I'd think about it, because I, got good at remembering to do it. So when I would be having these panic attacks, I would start doing deep breathing, and I would just instantly notice, not the panic attack going completely away, but that kind of end of manic mode where you start to calm down crying. So sitting afterwards and rationally thinking while continuing to deep breathe is something that really immensely helped me. And just getting these practices, these things that made me feel good, and turning them into habits that I do on a daily basis. Deep breathing was one of them, but there are so many things that help my mental health. And the person I am today, if you would have told me 4 years ago that I would be where I am today mental health wise, I would have said you are absolutely crazy and you don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna be like this forever. But I decided one day that I wanted to take my power back, that I was sick of feeling like this. And it wasn't easy. Breaking out of that wasn't easy. I used to have bad days every day, and then I'd have one good day somewhere along the flow. Now, I would be willing to say that I have 80% good days. It's about trying to implement positive things that can kind of help you tip the balance of the negative things and kind of even you back out. I'm always gonna have days where I don't feel okay. As a human, it's gonna happen, and as someone that had been dealing with anxiety for so long, it's rooted inside of me. I didn't want to try. I didn't want to try to get better. I didn't think it was possible for me to get better. I thought people that said that I can get better through doing these things were absolutely crazy. But now looking back, taking that breath, because as you see, I get very excited. Anxiety is a part of me. I am not anxiety. I am not depression. I am not bad. I am not, I am not all these things. I am not panic attacks. I wish I could convey to you how bad I used to be mentally. And if I can get from where I was 4 years ago to where I am right now, I believe most people can. Take those negative patterns and turn them into positive patterns. Find something that works for you. For me, it's deep breathing, meditation, going out into nature. For you, it might be reading, painting, writing, making music, something that just puts you in your complete element. Meditation doesn't have to be sitting there on a meditation pillow like I'm doing right now to make myself appear a little taller. It can be anything that you find yourself losing yourself in, like, completely. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate everyone that watches it. This is fantastic. I just want to keep talking about this stuff because I just want to help people, because I feel so good on a daily basis and I want to be able to help other people feel as good as I'm feeling. Like I said, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram if you want to. Let me know of more video ideas. Wow. Let me know of more video ideas of stuff that you'd like to see me talk about, and I can, sit down another day and make another video talking about those things. This was a lot of fun for me, so I'm glad. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace and love, my friends. Take some deep breaths. It's all gonna be okay. We are just, universal beings, and it's so amazing that we're here, and I'm happy to be here, and I want you to be happy that you're here too, because you are amazing and you deserve to feel happy in your heart. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a good day.